couple points here. They seemed like they hit a big three.
Well, they scored 9 threes in the game. It was the last thing that I thought would be the difference in the game because they power you inside. I thought we did a great job defensively, but we lost 4 and 33. Kept losing. I lost them twice on end out of bounds plays when we swung the ball back around, and then a couple times we just lost them. And Trey Thibodeau hit 2. I believe he hit 2 as well. Hit 1 at least. That was a big one, which we had just said that they had 2 3-pointers. He was 1, and then Ezekiel was on the floor, and he stepped out, knew he had it, and knocked it down. So the 3-point shot was the difference in the game, no doubt.
Yeah, they shot 55% in the second half. How kind of demoralizing is that to kind of have them keep hitting those shots?
Well, it's pretty demoralizing all the way around because this team is playing truly as hard as any group that I've had coach. But we're so, we cut our turnovers down to 4 in the second half, did a lot better job with that. But we just, shot free throws better, 71%, over 40% from the field, so we did some good things, but it's demoralizing because you are playing hard and you are doing the little things, but there's such a small margin of error that you can't have a slip up, the ball on the ground and us not getting it, them picking it up, being able, time and time again, we might have blocked it, we might have done something, and we don't come up with the ball, or we get the ball off a rebound and we don't get it out for whatever reasons. Either we're not tough enough with the ball or whatever it might be.
How encouraging is it as a coach, though, to see your kids fight throughout an entire game?
Well, it is real encouraging because, if when we get through this rough patch, they'll have known what they don't want to go back to. And, it's kind of like life. You get kicked down, you got to keep fighting, And, I noticed in there some of our freshmen's body language was pretty rough after the game because, we're telling them they're playing hard and we're not getting it done. Well, we're not getting it done collectively, so we collectively have got to figure out how to get it done.
Are you seeing any improvements from game to game?
I can't tell you how much we've improved since December the 28th. Remarkable improvement. Now, we had a rough week last week. We had 2 games in which we just didn't score. I think that getting DeAndre Love back will help us because it'll give us one more guy that can score the basketball. But, we actually had 3 guys in double figures and we scored 67 points. I don't know if we've scored 60 points in our previous 5 ball games. So, that's a plus. And you say, well, it's only 7 more than maybe you scored, or 8 or 9. But that's progress. We've just got to push the ball and try to get ourselves in a position where we can get some easy shots if they're there. We've gone away from the first half, we're 3 for 4 from the 3-point line. I don't really want them shooting 3-pointers. They miss a 3-pointer, they come out. Because we need to pound the ball into Ishmael Lane or Larry Owens. Larry Owens had a great first half. Ishmael had a really pretty solid game. After coming back off being injured last week down at Southeastern, he bounced back really well. So Malik Matwire was perfect from the floor, had 7 rebounds. Isaiah Sweeney did some good things. But I feel like that we're growing. And we are working to get better, so that's a positive. But we just got to keep plugging and plugging and plugging. And sometimes there's so few words. You use them over and over again. I'm gonna have to come up with some new words. I'll get Doug maybe to get a Roget's for me to get it right.
Larry coming off the bench, contributing.
He was awesome in the first half. And in the second half, he was trying to do some things. He didn't get going, but he was trying to. Extremely physical game. I really think that we've kind of gone back to where we were 4 or 5 years ago, where it's just going to be mug 'em up. And I don't do a good job of coaching mug 'em up, so I better learn how to coach mug 'em up.
CJ in that starting role as a freshman, how do you feel he's kind of adapted?
He's coming along. Today I felt like he had to try to create some things, and it was extremely physical. He's going to the bucket, and they're moving his small frame all over the place, and he got the line a couple times, but there's a lot of displacement going on, and so it looked like what it looked like me was international basketball. In international basketball, as long as you have your hands up or out, you can beat somebody to death and there's not going to be a foul. And that's just that's just kind of the way it was. And we didn't adjust. We weren't the aggressor they were, and they're extremely well coached and they got a really good team.
And haven't gotten up off the mat yet in conference play. What do you tell your team to kind of not look at the negative?
Well, you don't even talk about it. You just talk about, hey, we got to keep getting better, because at some point we are going to break through. And then, hopefully when we break through the whole thing, we're going to keep doing the things that we're doing, because we're just battling so hard. just think about if we weren't playing hard, how difficult it would be. I mean, we're dead in the water, 13, come back and cut it to 4, you know, and you know, so we did a nice job, and I was really pleased with them, and just got to keep battling.